I've been doing YouTube full-time for 100 days now. I started my channel with 0 videos and 0 subscribers. Armed only with my dream, a rough outline of a plan, and my unfailing optimism, I set out to turn my dream into a reality. 100 days later, here's where we are. I'm going to spill the behind-the-scenes tea on how my channel's going, what I have learned and what I am learning about YouTube, how I've grown through all of this, and what I've achieved so far on this journey. So I think that my channel probably falls into the entertainment niche. I know that my meta goal is to prove to people that they can achieve the things that they want to achieve, that they can pursue their goals, and that they might be more attainable than they think, and that is kind of an educational goal, but I think the way that I'm doing it is more like entertainment style, where I do different things every week and then kind of post that for you guys and track my progress in my journey. So it's kind of a follow along journey. And then also because I have so many different things that I want to try and do, it's not very niched down. So they do say that you can get a lot faster growth with a very specific niche, but I knew from the beginning that I wanted this to be reflecting a little bit more of what I'm interested in, and so it's going to be a bit more diverse, and so it's just going to take a little bit longer for the algorithm to figure me out and for people to find me. But I think that they're out there. I think there's lots of people with diverse interests who want to know that learning something new is possible. That's kind of like my meta goal. I want to talk about my goals and then how it's going, and then what I think might be happening in the future or what I'm hoping will happen in the future. This you can see right now is what I set for my goals for the channel. I started it back in July. I had aspirational goals for what my subscriber count would be each month and what my watch time count would be each month. And the goal was to get monetized within a year, and just assuming that there's usually a compounding growth with things like YouTube. I tried to make my models something that would reflect that. So it starts out very, very slow and then picks up more and more and more. The first few months, I had a goal of 1 subscriber and 1 watch hour the first month, 3 subscribers and 2 watch hours the second month, 7 and 4 is 15, and then I think I just started doubling it. And then for the watch hours, it was just doubles all the way, because that was kind of like the exponential growth that I needed to reach the 4,000 watch hours. Hopefully by July, because July, I'm going to see how it's going and just kind of reassess. So that was my goal. And then we'll go over here and see what it's been actual so far, which has been really exciting, actually. Month 1, right on track. Perfect. And part of it was because I posted 3 videos all at once, and then I was out of town for a couple weeks. You don't. FedEx is allowed to be on the street. I posted maybe once more at the very, very end of the month, so I'm not surprised about that. What was kind of surprising was that the next month, I ended up way ahead of schedule. So I was with 18 subscribers and 37 watch hours. By September, I had 32 subscribers and 80 watch hours. It is now October 21st. So I'm currently, at the moment of recording this, at 56 subscribers and 138.2 watch hours. Since August, when I saw that, wow, I'm like ahead in my metrics, I added my stretch goal, which, if I can keep on this track, has me monetized by May instead of July, which is exciting. And so basically what I did was I took these numbers, my normal goal numbers, and just said, okay, well, what have I already reached? Let's just move my schedule up. So for each of these, I think my subscriber count moved up by 2 months, while my watch time count moved up by 4-ish months, because I had a video that did pretty well, and so it kind of bumped me up. We're just kind of plugging along. I do know that the watch hours goals increase much more dramatically, but we'll see. You know, it could be possible. If I stay on this track, I will be monetized like a whole 2 months earlier. And who knows, maybe I'll get there even sooner. Which brings me to today's sponsor, Blind Optimism. This video is brought to you by Blind Optimism, making questionable decisions look like courage from day one. Blind Optimism, because when you have no idea what you're doing, confidence is 90% of the battle, and editing is the other 400%. Available wherever dreams are sold. Honestly, I don't think I would have made it this far without a healthy dose of blind optimism. And honestly, like if you think about it, neither would the Wright brothers have made their first flight, or would NASA have put a man on the moon, or would Thomas Edison have been able to power through discovering 10,000 ways of how not to make a light bulb before finally finding the one way that worked. I know that I don't have control over my numbers. I only have control over the videos that I put out, but it is a way to have a goal, to say what video do I think is going to be worthy of this viewership. Ultimately, all I can do is learn from every experience and try to make every video better than the last and make every video worthy of the views that I'm hoping to get. I've learned a lot about making videos in the last 100 days, and it's true, I still have a lot more to refine and to learn. And especially, there is one big thing that I want to really start incorporating into my videos that will make it more fun for me to make and hopefully more entertaining and engaging for you to watch. So one thing that I've definitely learned more about over the last 100 days is video editing. I've definitely gotten a lot more comfortable with the editing software and gotten a lot faster. I did have some previous experience and knowledge with the video editing software, so I wasn't a complete newbie, but I definitely feel like I have been able to learn and grow, and honestly, I've been able to speed up my process, which is such a relief because instead of spending days working on the editing process, I can spend just one day, which is a step in the right direction. I have gotten a lot better at my thumbnail and title execution. I have found that it's all about evoking a question in the viewer's mind that they might want to get answered. I definitely know that I still have a lot to learn in this area, but so far, the metrics and analytics seem to be telling me that I'm on the right track, so that's really encouraging. Things that I definitely still need to work on, one of the big ones is script writing, so that the viewer stays engaged throughout the whole video. It's just something that I'm still working on. The other big thing that I'm working on is having some better visuals, something that my currently best performing video has that I want to start incorporating a little bit more is having a parallel verbal storyline and a visual storyline. So in my bike video, I was talking about my experience riding my bike for a year to work. But I also had this visual storyline where I was going blackberry picking. And so I rode my bike and I blackberry picked, and then I went somewhere else and I sat in the forest, and it was really lovely and charming. And I think it was the way that the visual storyline supported and illustrated the verbal storyline that was part of why it has been doing so well. So I definitely think I want to incorporate a little bit more of that as well. And finally, the big thing that I really want to start adding into my videos to make it more fun for me and more fun for you is exactly that, fun. It's absolutely a privilege to do these videos, but it's also important to incorporate fun into kind of whatever you're doing, otherwise it runs the risk of feeling like a chore. I love doing these videos and I want to keep loving doing these videos, and so if I'm incorporating something that makes at least me smile, then it'll keep me motivated to keep making videos. Working on this channel has also helped me grow in some personal ways. The way that the YouTube platform is designed, it makes it kind of inevitable for anybody embarking on their YouTube journey to learn certain lessons. One thing for me that I think it's really helped build is some self-confidence. I have actually tried to start a YouTube channel at least twice before, and the thing that I ran into was that I had so much trouble staying consistent. And every time you fail in consistency, it's like you're breaking a promise to yourself. And so that negatively impacted my view of what I was able to accomplish, but I gave it another try and I decided to really kind of go all in this time, and I have been posting consistently every week for like 3 months now. So I'm super proud of myself for doing that. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to be doing this, and it's helped me grow in self-confidence. This channel also has helped serve as an accountability tool with some of the other projects that I'm doing. So yes, I'm doing YouTube, but it's kind of adjacent to the art and writing projects that I'm doing. And so by filming it, it helps me have an accountability tool, basically, because every week I gotta show up here and do something, say something that proves that I'm making some sort of progress in my goals. And so that's been really useful for me. Also, it can make a slightly more tedious job more enjoyable because you feel like you're being doubly productive. So for example, when I did all the yard work, I don't have a green thumb, but I wanted to do these projects, and so I felt that by filming them, not only was I doing my mom a service, I was also being doubly productive because I was working towards getting a video put together. So it makes it more motivating, which is really fun. And the last big lesson that I think YouTube teaches anybody who starts out on the YouTube journey is delayed gratification. It's pretty much inevitable, except for like a very few people who hit it off right off the bat. Anybody who sticks with it practices the skill of delayed gratification. And so that's definitely something that I'm learning. A lot of my videos don't start to catch on until about a week after they've been published. and that's okay. It teaches you to not worry too much about the immediate metrics. You do the thing that you know you're supposed to do, you send it off, and then you turn around and you just start doing it all over again because it's what you need to be doing. If you're liking this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you are interested in videos about learning new skills, developing existing ones, largely in the art and creative area, but some other ones as well, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We are always learning new things on this channel, and it's my big goal to inspire and encourage people to pursue and chase the dreams that they want to chase, and to learn the things that they want to learn, and to encourage them and tell them that it is possible to learn new things and that it's probably more attainable than you think. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because that's kind of every week's message. And liking and subscribing is the best way that you can send that optimism forward out into the world. The last 100 days have been a whirlwind of learning and growing. I've taken steps towards achieving some lifelong dreams, and I'm looking eagerly forward to turning those dreams into a reality in the next 100 days. I'm so grateful to everyone who's joined the journey so far, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for this channel. I will see you in another 100 days for another update. Jesus loves you, and I do too.